I am sure many of you remember the times where technology was confined only to radios and landline phones, where you spent your days in school going to the nearest library to finish your science project, using a textbook instead of the nearest search engine. But now it is different. We live in a world where technology is at our fingertips. It hides in the corners of our pocket when our mom texts us that it is time for dinner, or in the newest Facebook post of our church telling us we're having a potluck this weekend. We cannot avoid it anymore, especially within the classroom. But how can we use technology not just for substitution, but to transform learning into something else? How do we keep up with the ever-growing demand for the use of technology in jobs? How can we ensure that our students are prepared for the real world? Well, let me show you how we can use technology to transform students' learning. Edpuzzle is a tool for teachers in which they can embed interactive videos by providing different questions, notes, comments, etc. You could use any different type of video for your students to interact with. Ultimately, this tool has a purpose of being goal-directed by effectively making those watching having to reflect and comment throughout the video instead of ignorantly watching it and moving on. It allows learners to go from passive to active learners. This tool is more than just a substitution for paper. It transforms the learning environment by enhancing the lecture material by allowing augmentation in relation to a teacher using customization to add narrations, posing questions, and clarify/highlighting key points throughout the video. Students can modify it by adding their own set of multiple choice or open-ended questions and can share them with other students to engage deeper learning and the sharing of ideas. Lastly, these interactive custom-made videos can be shared all around the world. This opens a world of possibilities to different perspectives and collection of knowledge. When students engage in the material instead of just listening to it, they begin to form an idea of how to apply it and make use of it. But how does this foster meaningful learning in the classroom? What does this mean for our students? Students are actively engaged in the videos. They cannot move forward until they have posed a question or answered the multiple choice question. They are first to reflect upon the material. They reflect by the use of other students' questions and their own. They compare and contrast the same video in a variety of ways in their classroom. Edpuzzle is intentional in being that it keeps you in direct content with the video and limits distractions, as you cannot move on until you have answered everything. It is authentic in the sense that virtually any, even your own, video can be used on Edpuzzle. You could lecture throughout the week and solidify the lesson by assigning each student a video of a real-world situation and how they would apply what they have learned with what is happening in the video. Lastly, it is cooperative in the sense that students can share their ideas and questions with one another when interacting with the video. Students can look at what others think and see multiple perspectives. With Edpuzzle, lectures do not have to be a copy and paste, but rather can be engageful and raise questions about what we are truly learning instead of accepting it as is and closing the gap of the digital divide.